Well, I'll tell you what, sometimes everything works in Bali time, especially here in Bali, but other times, mate, you blink your eyes and the world has changed. And with the little project we've done, doing up this really damn near abandoned old house, we've got a team of builders to come in and give us a few prices, and you can't believe how reasonable it is. It's about $10 a day to get a trades assistant or to get a handyman or something over here. And these guys have just got in, they've ripped all the tiles and the walls and stuff, they've gutted the place that needed gutting. It's just been like 3 days since we started, and look, there was 2 light levels for the ceiling, they've dropped that down. They're now replacing the ceiling. They've moved that door up there so we can have a little spot here for another room. And then this will become Jonathan's room, the young fella. Oh, they've patched a bit of a hole there still. Some of the worst damage was actually in the valley at the back of the house, and if I look up here, the sheeting sort of stopped it short and put in a whole new valley right across from the front to the back of the house. Go up here in the bathroom. Oh yeah, they've gone right across there already. Got some clear sheets to go on the roof as well, so we can see what we're doing. Check out the back. So look, I've got a whole heap of work that you can see brand new been done in there. And up their ladders, but hardwood too. They're onto it, and okay, the paint's a long way away, but it's starting to look good already. Some of these areas that were all just full of rubbish, we've already got in there and cleaned that out, cleaned a bit of the grass out. Got these little extra rooms here now. I'll probably end up making this my office, I'd say, for a while, because it's quite a decent sized room. It's 5 metres by 3 metres, so it's not too bad at all. And we've got separate entrance. I can come in through there, keep it away from the house, and these rooms probably end up becoming storage or something. But a heap of people have asked me that they want to see some progress of what's been done, and I'm pretty keen to find out myself. So it's amazing. Spoke to the main contractor, and just to give you an idea, before materials, just to try and help you guys to work out what projects like this could cost, for the basic structural repairs that need to be done, he's got a team of 3 guys. There's another electrician guy who's been coming to do the plumbing and electrical, and that's all done now. So all the power switches work, all the dodgy ones have been secured and taped or actually removed or fixed. There's indoor and outdoor lighting, and it's fairly basic at this point. We probably will have him come back a little bit later and do some more, but the main structural work, especially sealing the ceiling or the roof and cleaning it up, leveling that whole ceiling above. So now it's just going to go straight across. So it's sealed, and the jibboard and all that sort of stuff. Before materials, and this includes tiling and building up the floor in the bathroom, so that I can probably put a proper Western toilet in and a nice shower area, and have it modern Western. was under $1,000. It's amazing how far a little bit of money goes. Now, one thing that people did ask me, did we buy this place or what's the story? And people also asked me about renting or owning land in Bali. So, look, I'm not an expert, and I will talk to experts soon, but as I understand it, there are ways as an investor or as a business owner that you can buy property in Bali. For Joe Blow to come over here and buy a villa, I don't believe it's that easy. And I do, anecdotally, I've been told you need to have, if you have an Indonesian partner, they can own land here, but foreign people can't own land unless they get special investor approval or something. So it's quite common for semi-retired or retired guys like myself to come over. If you do end up with a local Indonesian partner, as I have, then there'd be nothing holding back from us being able to buy a property, but it would be in her name. And this is a bit of a trap in some cases, because there have been people who have come over here, and hundreds of stories about it, where people, mostly guys, have come over here, married an Indonesian. They've bought their property, they've bought some money over from the home country or something and bought a property, and the relationship has deteriorated, and it's nearly impossible for them to get their money back because it's all in the wife's name. So it's been a bit of a urban legend for a long time about being very, very careful if you are investing in property. So to answer the question generally about what we're doing here, this house was owned by a gentleman who passed away last year, and he's left it along with a whole stack of other properties to his son. And because it's on the long end of a big list of properties that the son hasn't done anything with, the place was getting pretty badly run down. So we approached the owner and said we'd like to rent this, but given the amount of work that needs to be done, we'd need a decent long lease, and we're looking at least a 5-year lease that we can potentially extend after that, because by the time I put a lot of work and heartache into it, I want to make sure that I get value for the money I'm putting in. Now, we did a great deal with the owner. He's given us a subsidy for the work that we're putting in. He's even helping with some of the major works that are being done a little bit. So we can all sort of contribute, because he's getting a new house out of it, Nelly. And it's going to look a lot better, so when we eventually leave, it's going to be in a hell of a lot better state than it was when we came here. But he's given us a great deal on the rent, so that's the story. I'm not buying this house. I actually did ask him, would he look at selling it down the track, and he said, look, I don't need money. I've got all the money I need and all the property I need. So sounds like that's not an option, but let's get this in. I tell you what though, maybe what he's thinking is, if these guys want to buy it, I'll wait till they finish doing it, because it's going to be worth more money. I don't know, but it's not a silly way to think about it. It is a lovely little house. It's in a beautiful little laneway, and we've got good neighbours. So I'm really looking forward to this. Is a nice place for the young fella to grow up as well. And very, very central. It's in the middle of Denpasar, so it's nice and easy to get from here to the highway, from here to the main road, and do what we want to do. And much more importantly, for all the work that we're doing up in the community, in the hills, and all the food that we're delivering, and supplies and medical things like toothbrushes and toothpaste, you name it, that we've been donated. I've got toys and clothes and everything that people have given us to give out to other people. We need room to manage all that, and to be able to set them up and categorise them, so that when we go up to the village, we can give them to the right people. And we just simply didn't have it in the place we were in before. And here, we're going to have more than enough room to do that. I say more than enough now, but things might change. And we're also going to have a little bit of room to just have our own little private space as well. So it's exciting. They're busy, really busy, just getting everything done, cleaning it up, fixing it up, waterproofing it. And I tell you what, that's not an easy thing, because yesterday just bucketed down, and they're up on the roof on those rickety old ladders. They work hard. I've got to say, man, that $10 a day goes a hell of a long way over here, and it helps them. We've been more than generous with them, as you know me. And I've got to say thanks to a couple of very, very special friends, and you know how you are, who have actually made a little contribution to us and to the house funds, because, well, it's a big, big job, but it's underway, and yeah, it's great. I'm blown away at how quickly these guys are getting in. I'm hoping to be in there in the next month or so. It might still be a bit rough when we move in. I might move into the little rooms out the back. Hello, Buck. How's it? Hello. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I've got to go to the bank first to do it though. I'll go do it now. Okay, thank you. There we go. So there's one of the hassles. They don't speak English. I don't speak much Bahasa. So they're ringing up on the oldest phone I think I've ever held. It didn't have a front on it, there was no buttons, but that's my missus saying they need another 25 bucks for some more materials. Hey, welcome to Bali. This is crazy. It's a lot of fun. Thanks for the help and thanks for your encouragement. It really does mean a lot. To take on a big project like this, I do bite off more than I could chew, and I love the thrill of making it happen, and I love seeing the progress. It's crazy that you couldn't do any of this in Australia. You'd have council up your bum, you'd have everyone chasing you like nothing else. What are you doing? Occupational health and safety. There's none of that, but they get it done, and these guys have been doing it for years. And I tell you what, just sitting there watching them, they're bloody good at what they're doing. So look, I better go because I've got a mission now. I've got to duck up to the bank, pull some money out and go and give them another 25 bucks. Oh, that's going to probably keep them going for another 2 days. It goes a lot further than you'd imagine. And hey, the crazy thing is here, we don't have Bunnings hardware over here. We don't have somewhere we can go and get pretty much everything to build a whole house under one roof. There's a material shop, which is sort of like a little local hardware shop that's got a few bits and pieces. And then you've got the big Ace Hardware, which has got bugger all, to be honest. It's got a lot of toasters and microwave ovens more than it's a little bit more, I don't know. It's got one floor of sports gear, one floor of sort of hardware, a bit of tools and that. And then you've got tool stores, which are like a little tiny store packed full of DeWalt and cheap Chinese rubbish and you name it. But you've got to know, there's one store just for bolts, and you won't get normal bolts at a hardware store. You've got to go to the bolt store, and then you've got another store for locks and keys and stuff, and another. So if you don't know where to go, or if you don't speak the local language, you're screwed. It's really tough. I've got to say, it's a challenge. And even trying to translate on Google Translate, it's not easy, I've got to say, because these, yeah, anyway, so that's my journey. I've got to go down and see a mate in a minute, because he's getting a tattoo done. He said, Muzzer, come on in and check out my new tattoo. So I'm going to see how he's going. My latest tattoo is looking fantastic. It's nearly ready for the next round of colour. Guys, love to keep you informed. It's nice to be in touch, and I'll see you again soon. See ya.